This is pretty widespread right now. So let's look at it from a pragmatic list of things that we can do. So first of all, if you've not already got your movement and activity, I'm not going to use the word workout or training, but movement and activity scheduled, you've really got to get that scheduled first. That's the first thing you've got to do. We know that getting outdoors into nature has incredible impacts positively, both physically and mentally. Secondly, do you have your personal time or your personal space? So when we talk to life coaches, they always have this thing called the wheel of life, or the balance of life. And part of it is always personal time. And most people tend to be weak on the personal time, especially if they're in family units, because they feel compelled to always be on guard. If you're a parent, there's always something you've got to be doing. But that personal time and space is important, however that looks. Nutritionally, I think this is a time where nutrition is playing a part more than ever. We know that what we consume, what we absorb, what we digest is going to have either a deleterious or a positive effect on the body. So I think in this season right now where it's dark, it's cold, we're in lockdown, I think you've got to be looking at foods that can help to boost serotonin. And I would suggest that they are lower glycemic, complex, as we call complex carbohydrates, so it's kind of slow burning carbohydrates. To give an example, oats, good quality oats combined with, I would always recommend the plant-based milk and water, or water. That's a great way of inducing serotonin, because carbohydrate, as we know, induces serotonin, which induces melatonin, which can help us to sleep, improves our sleep habits, which is the next thing that we want to be doing. If we are locked down, we want to make sure that we are limiting the amount of time we're spending in the room that we use to sleep, and doing everything we can to make sure that we are getting to bed at a good time. So you might want to consider magnesium bath salts to help induce that state of sleepiness, particularly if we are stressed and wired, as we call it. So in the world of adrenal function, we have stressed and wired, which is where someone has got a high blood cortisol output and they're struggling to switch off. So they would do well to do some stretching at night time, magnesium bath salts, good dose of vitamin C, and some carbohydrates to try and bring them down and bring the cortisol levels down. Then you've got people who are stressed and tired, and this is what we refer to as stage 3, stage 4 of adrenal burnout or adrenal dysfunction. And those people really need to be consuming some form of vitamin B complex to repair the damage that's been done, because the adrenals have packed up. So I would say those bullet points, very pragmatic, kind of process-driven bullet points to help that feeling of low mood state, dare I say depression, whilst we're going through these cold, dark, tough months under lockdown, I think is the most sensible approach to take.